Good morning, everybody. Will Travel here. Today we are headed to Las Vegas, Nevada. I am very excited about this leg of the trip. It should be really interesting. It should be a lot of fun. I'm very curious to see how they're doing with the coronavirus pandemic and how a lot of things are working out there, but we need to make sure to be really safe ourselves as well because we don't want to get it and then spread it to somebody else when we travel. So I'm sure there will be certain things that we won't do that you possibly could do, but we will be keeping safe and we will be having a good time. Come along with us. So on our way to Las Vegas, we decided since we're here, just after crossing into Nevada, that we're going to stop at the Hoover Dam. So we just pulled up, and we're at the Mike O'Callahan and Pat Tillman Memorial Bridge Plaza, and we're going to walk out on the bridge and see what we see from there. But we just went through a security checkpoint, which was a little more intense than some of the other ones we've had to go through down by the border. Like, they actually opened up the back and wanted to see everything. I had to put the bed down. So that was kind of strange. Wasn't expecting that. But hey, we're here. We're excited. Let's see what there is to see. Here it is. Goes way down. So after seeing it from the bridge, now we're gonna go down and walk across it and see the views from the dam itself. There it is.
I stand in front of my dad.
So this is the spillway here on the side. So that's the bridge we were on just a second ago. It's pretty deep, but nothing compared to the Grand Canyon where we were yesterday. Doesn't look that far at all.
Vigilance, perseverance, and justice. The official plaque as you pass the compass and the bronze plaques on the canyon wall.
So we have left the Hoover Dam and now we're driving into Las Vegas, and we're about 5 minutes away, I think. Really excited. So we've checked in to the Excalibur. I'm very impressed so far. We only paid $22 a night here, and the room looks pretty good. I mean, it's nothing special, but it's working. They also took everyone's temperature as we walked in, and we got a little purse from them full of masks and hand sanitizer, so that's nice. Yeah, I think we're gonna go walk around, check out what we can see downstairs, and maybe find some place to eat. All right, it's bedtime. We got up, we walked around Vegas, we went to the Luxor, which is right next door, the one that's shaped like a pyramid, and then we went to New York, New York. So we went to Egypt and New York today, so some real international travel. It was really incredible. And then we went and checked out the casino, we checked out the arcade, which is separate from the casino. At the Excalibur, they have an arcade that's non-gambling, so that was kind of cool. And then we walked around some more, and now it's time for bed. Tomorrow, we are actually going to take a day trip, and we're going to drive about 2 hours west of here and go to Death Valley, hopefully. And hopefully everything works out with that, because that does involve crossing into California, but we're going to be super safe. and not come in contact with anyone, and it should be a good time. Good morning, everybody. Today we are on the road and we are headed to Death Valley National Park. We're going to do a drive-through and stop at some of the sites, and then we'll make our way back to Las Vegas. Come along with us. Arrived in California and at Death Valley National Park. Unfortunately, there was no sign, but man, it's windy here. That's my first comment, first observation. It's extremely windy. Head up there. Incredible, I feel like I'm on another planet. Crazy. So that's our first quick stop here in Death Valley. We're going to keep driving. We're going to go to the lowest point, I think, and check out the visitor center and then loop our way back. So we went to the visitor center, and now we've driven up the highway a little bit, and we're here at the Keene Mine, which is an old mine shaft. So we're gonna walk up to it, see what we can see. I love old mines. I think they're so cool, and hopefully we don't fall down the mine shaft. So this is a mine structure right behind me that belonged to the Keene family, and this sign says that between 1904 and 1917, this family made over $1 million in gold from this mine alone. So this was a huge moneymaker back in the day, and it's really cool, but now it's just falling apart here. So we're gonna go climb around and check it out. Another cool thing about this mine is it has this tramway here that apparently is a mile long going up the other side, but we can only see this little part of it. So we've left the mine area, and now we have moved to an area where there's sand dunes, similar to White Sands, as you can see behind me. It's got great big sand dunes, but this time they're not white. They're just a normal sand color like the beach, but it looks fun. We'll walk around in it for a little bit and then move over to the salt flats. There's a fair amount of people here today. Be cool to get way over there on the big ones, but I think that's a little too far of a walk. So we just drove about 20 miles south, and now we're at the Badwater Salt Flats, which is the really famous salt flats that you see in all the pictures of Death Valley. So those are behind me. But real quick, I want to show you something. Right there, that's a sign that says sea level. So we're way below sea level down here. And there's the Revel. So we're at a very, very low point. So we're 282 feet below sea level down here. So this is the salt flats. Never seen anything like this before. And a beautiful time too. The sun is setting behind us. Just gorgeous. We're gonna see if we can walk a little further. Wow. It almost looks like ice in this lighting. So we've reached sort of the end of the trail here, so to speak, and it's definitely incredible. The floor is a lot more rocky, a lot more terrain here. It's the salt has these big ridges, and it makes like little octagons and hectagons. It's really cool. Oh man. And the weather here is perfect. It's in the 60s, not too hot, not too cold, but really worked out for us. Great time of day to see it too, like I said earlier. Great time of day. Oh man. Just picked up this salt rock. This is what it looks like up close. You probably could lick it, I'm not going to, but yeah, it kind of looks like a salt lamp that people have.
You lick those.
Yeah, you can lick those, but I don't know about this. Pretty neat though. It'll just crack if I drop it. Oh, no it didn't. Oh well. Good morning, everybody. It is Christmas morning, December 25th, 2020. And today we are going to head out into Red Rock Canyon and hike around a little bit and do a couple of the scenic drives. And then I think we'll come back, have a nice dinner tonight. And then tomorrow morning we're leaving Las Vegas. So come along with us. So we've arrived at Red Rock, and unfortunately the trail that we wanted to do seemed to be blocked off. It said that the road would be closed for Christmas Day, but it didn't say anything about the trails on the website. But it was fenced off and it clearly said no pedestrians. So now we're just driving around the highway here and seeing what we can see, but it's pretty busy. There's a lot of motorcycles, as you can see. So we're at this overlook right now and we're gonna take a look at what we can find. So I'm really surprised at how crowded this is. It seems like there's a lot of people just day tripping from Vegas, but it's kind of a strange place because it's not really clear what's here. I mean, there is this overlook that I just showed you, but there's also like a helipad. Very bizarre. I don't know if this is really part of the park or not, but we're parked here, and I think there's a little trail we're gonna walk up and see what we can find. So as we walk along here, we think these are Joshua trees. That was supposed to be a stop we were going to go to, but because of the California travel advisory, we're not going to Joshua Tree National Park, but we can see them here. So from that overlook, I'm just walking down the hill a little bit. There's like kind of a makeshift trail here. I don't know if it's actually a trail, so I'm not going to go too far on it. But it does go down to this dried up wash here. Gotta look out for rattlesnakes. Here's the wash. It's kind of like plains for a little bit until you get over to the Red Rocks over there. That's where the trail was going to be, along there, which is unfortunate. But I think we can drive more up this way and maybe see some other stuff. So now we've driven up the hill a little bit more on the road here, and we've come across Middle Oak Creek Trail, which is 1.5 miles out, but I think we can go a little bit further because it connects to other trails. So I think we'll just keep walking in as far as we want, and then I think come back out the same way, but this appears to be one of the only things here that's open right now, so I think we'll just check it out. So we went about, I think like 2.5 miles in, and now we're headed back to the car. But yeah, the road is way back there. So we made it a decent distance, but there wasn't really any end point, so we're just gonna head back because of time. But yeah, this is a nice spot. I mean, it's not super fantastic. I mean, the Death Valley was definitely way cooler, but that's a national park, so that makes sense. And also, we didn't get to do the main most popular trail because it was closed, so perhaps that's really cool, but we had to go to another area. And yeah, nice day's hike. Nothing too strenuous, but it's also a really nice day out, so that helps. Good morning, everybody. We have now left Las Vegas, and we are headed north. We are headed to Great Basin National Park, but first we are stopping at Area 51. Or well, you can't go to Area 51, but there's this alien center near Area 51, which I think is just a funny gift shop. But we're gonna walk around and see what there is to see here, and then continue on our trip. Definitely top secret. Here's a sign commemorating the storming of Area 51 on September 20th, 2019. That obviously didn't actually happen, but there were a bunch of people who jokingly gathered here after the creation of a Facebook event, and so I guess this is the poster. And there's a huge metal alien. Alright, we've got the merchandise now. That store was very, very, very strange. First of all, they have like their own brand of tequila, which was very interesting. That had like an alien on the bottle. And then they also had all this merchandise from Star Wars, but only from one movie, only from The Phantom Menace, which most people think is the worst one. So that was really, really strange. And then they had a bunch of t-shirts and stuff like that, but it's all very, very weird. But kind of cool. Nice little roadside attraction, I guess. But alright, I think we're gonna wrap up here and keep on driving. But a funny stop for sure. Another thing is, I think that lady in there thought that we were actually gonna try and walk on to Area 51, because as I was checking out, she was like, alright, be really, really careful. And I was like, okay. But that makes me think they must have, like, a lot of people who actually try to come out here and try to walk onto the property. I mean, in actuality, I think it's just an Air Force base, but it is secret, so I don't know. Strange stuff all around for sure. So we've stopped to get gas. We're about 30 minutes away from our campground near Great Basin National Park, but it has gotten a lot colder, and it doesn't show any signs of getting warmer either. There's this really desolate coffee shop here, but there's really nothing here at all. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty much been desert the entire time. There hasn't been much in terms of towns or anything. We've just been driving through the desert ever since we left Las Vegas, so this is interesting. But hopefully we'll be there soon and can warm up. So we've arrived at our campground in Ely, Nevada, and it is extremely cold, so we just want to make some dinner and go to bed. I'll see y'all in the morning.